Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video I have a little duo of hauls. Most of this is from the Hella Handmade Creations for October, and then I have two little polishes that I threw in here from the Fandom Flakies box. This was November. Now the reason you're seeing two from the same brand is for that month what they chose to do is do a mini respawn event. So they had Bee's Knees Lacquer and I think it was Nailed It bring back polishes from the Fandom Flaky box as respawns, and I believe those were voted on in the Facebook group, so it's another reason to definitely be on top of groups like this that you want to follow to see when these special events will be coming out. I definitely would have missed out on that if I hadn't been a part of the group, so definitely just something to keep in mind. Of course, if you are trying not to spend, definitely pausing those groups is helpful as well. However, I did end up grabbing two of the respawns from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and I believe these both might have come out in boxes before I had been a subscriber to the Fandom Flaky box, so I was happy to be able to catch up on those. Alright, so for my box from Hella Handmade Creations, I did end up getting a few scented products. The first one is from Handmade Natural Beauty. These are handmade in Wisconsin, and this is their foaming sugar scrub scented in Northwood's Cabin. Now this was a scent that I was really excited about, so I did end up getting that same scent in their other product, their whipped body cream. So the ingredients of this are sugar, glycerin, water, and a few other things. You've got coconut oils, salts, and of course fragrance, and it sounds like they also have a bit of mica, so if you look closely you're going to see a bit of shimmer in there. Let's take a look at the scrub. So you've got a nice, pretty gritty consistency from the sugar and the salt. I guess I can go ahead and try it on my dry skin and just sort of see how the texture feels. There's a little bit of that oil in there. Yeah, I think I would have to really dig to get some of that sugar. I mean, not a bad thing, but yeah, actually this feels really nice. It's like a very fine sand. It doesn't feel too harsh, which I think is one of the things that I've discovered about some maybe more salt scrubs than sugar scrubs that are a little bit like sandpaper on your skin, a little bit too harsh. This has a really nice, smooth yet gritty consistency, so I think this will be really nice to use to sort of smooth out your cuticles. So the instructions on this are: you wet your skin, apply in a light circular motion to skin in need of exfoliation, avoiding the face and eyes, rinse well. For best results, use 3 to 4 times a week and follow with moisturizer. Oh yeah, okay, so for the scent of this, I am definitely smelling cinnamon. I don't see scent notes on here. Let's see if they're on this one. Nope, I'm not seeing the scent notes, but I know there was like spices like cinnamon. I don't remember what all else was in here, but this is definitely an amazing smell. I can see why I wanted to get two different products. So that first one was their foaming sugar scrub. All right, so I did rinse that off. So my hands are going to look slightly different, one having been recently in water. Anyways, the next product is their whipped body cream with shea butter. This is also scented in that same scent, Northwood's Cabins. This one has distilled water, emulsifying wax, shea butter, olive oil, beeswax, jojoba oil, stearic acid, germadim 2, fragrance and essential oils, borax, and mineral pigments. Nicely sealed on this one. And this one, oh, very interesting, has sort of like a gelatinous consistency. Very interesting. Feels very, very nice. Has a thicker consistency, pudding-like texture. I guess that might be the whipped part of that. Yeah, very interesting consistency, and the smell on this one is amazing as a lotion. Feels really nice on the skin, very moisturizing. Yeah, and this also does not feel greasy at all. Yeah, that is really, really nice. Forgive the tipware. My topper mani has sort of shrunk back, revealing my under nail polish. Oh, and this one is an accent nail tester that I did with a Polish Me Silly, I think. As always, the description of what I'm wearing on my nails will be listed down below. So that one was the Whipped Body Cream by Handmade Natural Beauty. Then I got the wax by Hula Moon. This one is I Only Have Pies for You. This is scented in caramelized sugar, sea salt, and pralines, mixed with buttery brown sugar and baked pie crust for an amazing holiday pie scent. So good. Oh yeah, this smells so sweet and foody. And when I say so sweet, it doesn't smell like overly sugary, but this smells like a delicious baked pie, just like they say. If you started to smell this in your house, you'd want to know who was baking and when it was going to be ready, because this smells very, very delicious. Oh yeah, I mainly am smelling, I think, the buttery. Yeah, like the buttery praline part. And then of course that baked good notes in that crust. This is delicious smelling. I'm definitely glad I got this. If you've been watching my channel and seen some of my other wax hauls, you'll know that this sort of foodie and spiced wax is definitely one that I really, really enjoy. So I'm excited to have this one. That is Hula Moon Wax, I Only Have Pies for You. And as always, when you order the Hula Moon Wax for the month in HHC, they send you a sample of the upcoming scent. This one is scented in Snow Place Like Home. This one was for, I guess, November, which is already passed. Whew, okay, so this is very florally. I didn't read the scent notes, but this says, there is snow in Hawaii at the tops of the tallest peaks, but more often the scents of the islands are more tropical. This scent is melon, lime, and agave top notes, green floral middle notes with powdery notes at the base, a sophisticated spa-like tropical scent. So I definitely am getting the green floral middle notes. I don't necessarily smell the melon myself, but I'm also not the biggest floral fan. In fact, that's probably my least favorite scent descriptor is anything floral, unless it's really grounded by deeper scent notes or an oudi scent that sort of mixes in with the florals to sort of make them not so straightforward. I don't know how to describe that, but this one has a lot of other scent notes, but for myself, I'm not mad that I missed it because it is very floral for myself. So that was Hula Moon's Snow Place Like Home. Now we're getting into the nail polishes that I got for the Hella Handmade Creations for October. The first one is actually a base coat from Baroness X. I got this one because I thought it would be a nice compromise between what I had been looking for, which was a white blurring base coat. This one is a 4-in-1 formula that has a ridge filler, sticky primer, an undie for sheer polishes, and a strengthener. It is 5 free and comes in a 15 ml bottle. So I was really excited to try this one. You can put this underneath other polishes to sort of give you that boost in opacity for sheerer colors, but I also like that it did other things like ridge filling, sticky primer, and all of that. So here's that one in one coat. Obviously, most of the time for a base coat, you're just going to do one coat, so I only did one coat. I did end up doing a glossy top coat on this, although I don't really think it made a huge difference. But there it is in one coat. As you can see, it gives a bit of opacity to the nail bed. That way when you apply other colors over it, you've already got that boost of opacity, that start in opaqueness, and it might be easier for you to get too opaque than it would to have just a sheer base coat underneath. So that first one was Baroness X, their Spellbound base coat. I don't think I said that before. The next one is from Bee's Knees Lacquer. This one is called I'm the Only Leftover. This is definitely an unusual one. In fact, I think on camera it's coming off a bit more straightforward than it is in person. In person, I see this really interesting green murky base that is then chock full of a larger glass fleck shimmer particle that has those warmer tones that are really showing well on camera. I think you can see the green that I'm talking about around the edges. That's mainly what I'm seeing in person with all of that shimmer from that larger glass fleck particle. The shifts on this are really beautiful. You've got those warmer fall tones. You do have a brighter green shift there at the edge of the bottle through orange and yellow. This is it in 3 coats. I got this one because it was a very interesting polish and very unique to my collection. I liked the shimmer in it, and I have been enjoying these Prugly colors lately, so I figured I would give this one a try. As you probably know by now, Bee's Knees Lacquer has closed up their normal collections as of November. As you guys probably know if you're a regular on my channel, Bee's Knees Lacquer has been a favorite brand of mine for quite some time, so I'm more tempted to try polishes like this from them than I would from other brands, just because I know I already like them and their formulas and the different colors that they have. But look at that warmth. At certain angles, the green almost disappears and you're left with that really warm shade. So I think this one would be gorgeous for fall. A really neat purgly for me to try. So that was Bee's Knees Lacquers. I'm the only leftover. The next polish is from Moonshine Manny. This one is called It's National Penelope Day. And this one is a really interesting shade of like a purpley brown. And look at all those flakies. You've got these more opaque iridescent flakies. Then you've got holographic in here and a shimmer. This one, like I said, is a very interesting shade, pretty unique to my collection, I think. And while it is pretty strong on the gold components, I really did like the swatches of the color, and I didn't think that the gold was too prominent. On the nail swatches, it does end up having that really beautiful chocolatey purple base. So here it is in 3 coats. As you can see, it evens out nicely on the nails so you don't get too much punch of gold from my own personal preferences. And the holographic on here adds a nice twinkle. I don't really see a linear flare necessarily, but it adds a nice sparkle. Yeah, I really like this one. It's a very unique shade. And another one that would be beautiful for fall, except I'm already thinking about winter, which is very sad for me because I really like fall. Fall is my favorite season, and I always end up with like 200 polishes, if not more, that I want to wear, and it's virtually impossible for me to wear in such a short time frame. Maybe what I need to do next year is start wearing fall polishes even earlier, like cut into my summer by a few weeks, and then start later. Anyways. We'll see how it goes. In any case, this is another one that I think I would like to wear for fall, maybe next year. This is Moonshine Manny's. It's National Penelope Day, so... Next one is by Paint It Pretty Polish. This one is called Red Night Sky. This is another really interesting color in the bottle. You've got so many colors going on. I think on camera you're mainly getting the punch of that red, and in person it's kind of a different shade of red. I feel on camera it's almost leaning more fuchsia, whereas in person it's definitely a red with some bronze and green at the edges. Now the base on this one is actually really hard to describe in the bottle because it is so packed full of that shimmer. I think it's like a blackened base, maybe even a blackened green. I don't know if that's coming off on camera at all. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be easy to see at all, but you can definitely see how loaded it is with that shimmer. So here's that one in 3 coats. This is one that I would say some people might be just fine with 2, so I would say it's a 2 to 3 coater. This one is gorgeous on, again, really hard to describe the base color, but it has such a beautiful flash of that shimmer throughout that you're left with a really beautiful glow on the nail, but also a very mysterious look because the base is so hard to describe. This is another really beautiful one for fall, but I think you could also wear this in the winter. But of course, as always, you don't have to be a seasonal wearer. You can wear polish whenever you feel like it. But that's another beautiful and pretty unique polish to my collection, I feel. So that was Paint It Pretty Polish, Red Night Sky. The next polish was actually not one that I ordered. I guess there was a mishaps with the original one from Phoenix, so they were sending everybody that had ordered that polish a replacement bottle. This is Phoenix's Smash Remake, so I did end up pulling my original bottle so we could sort of see them side by side. So on the left is the remake, on the right is the original that I got. Now there is some differences. I think it's mainly in the flakies as far as what I can see. They are greener in the remake, whereas in the one that I was sent originally back in April, they have more of like a gold reflect to them. So there they are in the bottle. And then here they are on the nail. Here is the remake. I did do these in 3 coats, and then I did swatch the original as well right next to it so you could see the difference. And I think here it's pretty obvious as well. The difference is mainly in those flakies, although I'm not sure if there might be another component that was changed as well. I'm not sure, but you can see it's a lot greener in the remake, and the original has more of that sort of golden to almost red flash. Both of them are still pretty sheer in those 3 coats. These could very easily act as toppers, so these might be a prime candidate for a blurring base coat like this one to sort of give yourself that extra touch of opacity. Or you could also wear these over an undie, and what that means is you're just going to pull a color that you want to amp up, in this case maybe that green. Now this isn't the exact color, but you would basically pick a cream. Actually, I think that might look nice. You pick a cream in a similar color, use that as your base over your base coat, and then add the sheer polish on top of that. I think that actually might turn out to be really, really nice, especially with the original. And that polish that I pulled was Sinful Colors, So Matcha Better. So there's one last look at the comparison between the remake and the original. That was Phoenix's Smash. Now onto the polishes that I got in the Respawn event for Fandom Flakies. Like I said at the beginning, I was very excited to be able to get a hold of some of these. I did limit myself to just these 2, although I could have very easily talked myself into the rest of them because they were all beautiful polishes, and will save my most excited one for last. The first one is Bee's Knees Lacquer. Well, they're both Bee's Knees Lacquer, but this one is called Double Trouble. This one originally came out in Fandom Flakies for January 2021, and this is a really interesting polish. You have smaller multi-chrome flakies in like a purple to fuchsia. Then you have this absolutely loaded with those holographic flakies that I love from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and from any other brand for that matter. And it's all in this really beautiful sort of a almost denim-y blue. This one I feel is also very unique to my collection. I love the combination of the different types of flakies. If you've seen me haul other polishes, you'll know that I love these holographic flakies, and I also really like multichrome flakies, and I don't think I have anything yet that combines the 2, especially with them being this packed in there into this polish. And it's also a really nice soft shade of blue. Here it is in 3 coats. Both of these I was almost okay with in 2 though, so I feel like some nails might be okay with 2 coats. This one might have to make an appearance on my winter rack. It is absolutely gorgeous. But that was Bee's Knees Lacquer's Double Trouble. Next up is another Bee's Knees. This one is Love Enduring 2.0. This originally came out for the Fandom Flakies box in June 2021, and this is a really soft minty shade. It is again loaded with those holographic flakies that I really love, and then look at that shift. This is a beautiful warm red to green and gold. This kind of minty shade is definitely right up my alley. I love this kind of color for spring, and I definitely don't have anything with this kind of shimmer in it. It adds a beautiful warmth to this color, and it's just gorgeous. So here's that one in 3 coats. I love how it looks on the nail. You've got that beautiful cooler minty shade, and then you've got that beautiful warm glow from the shifting shimmer. Absolutely stunning. Very, very happy to be able to get a hold of this. And I did want to quickly go over a polish that you guys might be thinking this is similar to, because I definitely thought once I got it in person, I was like, I think I got something that was close recently. And it was also another Bee's Knees Lacquer. This one is called Nothing Ever Scared Me So Much as Saying Goodbye. This one recently came out for polish pickup in August of this year. And as you can see in the bottle, they have a similar composition. You've got a light green shade with the shattered hollow flakies and a shifting shimmer, but there are differences. They are a different shade of green. Love Enduring 2.0 is a bit more on the blue side of a minty shade, whereas Nothing Ever Scared Me is more on the like spearmint side. The shimmer particles are also different. You have more of a red hue, like a pinky red hue in Love Enduring, and the one from Nothing Ever Scared Me is more on the orange side. It has the main shift in there. And then here they are on the swatch nails. So Nothing Ever Scared Me is the top one there in the more green shade, and Love Enduring is on the bottom. As you can see, by comparison, Love Enduring turns into more of a blue shade when you compare it to the more green hue of Nothing Ever Scared Me. And of course, you can see the difference in that shimmer. definitely more orange and Nothing Ever Scared Me, and Love Enduring is more of that lovely pinky red. So I'm definitely happy to have both in my collection. Of course, it's up to you to decide if for your own collection if they are redundant or not, but beautiful colors there. So that last one was Bee's Knees Lacquer's Love Enduring 2.0. And there you have it. That was my little duo of hauls from Hella Handmade Creations for October and Fandom Flaky Respawn event for November. Let me know down below if you got any from these events, if you got any more polishes from the Fandom Flaky Respawn event, and of course if you are new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and looking at beautiful polishes. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in that next one.